Good morning, traders. I'm Ayla and welcome to the opening trade. Before we get started, don't forget to first read and understand our disclosures found by both link and text in the description below of this video. I'm going to bring over the current sim account balance. Give me one moment here. Gotta get this guy ready to drag over 1 second. Okay. Here is the opening trade. Here is our current cash value. Here's what we started with. And here's the net liquid. Okay, so we're looking at that now. We have a potential of 4 trades that could automatically trade today if the parameters are met on this simulated account. We have less than 8 minutes before the open, and that is when we could see our first trade, which would be on the RTY chart, which is our Russell 2000 futures. Let me pull that up. So this chart here you're seeing right now is the Russell 2000 futures. We'll start at the beginning. The first chart is going to be the ES chart, which is the S&P 500 futures. Our next chart we see here is the NQ chart, which is representing the NASDAQ futures. And then our YM chart, which is the Dow Jones futures. Again, the RTY, which is the Russell 2000 futures. And then last, we have the euro versus the US dollar, displaying the euro. Okay, now that we have orientated ourselves with the charts, let's take a look here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. So today is the 19th of this January. And the news today coming out at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hold on, I think it already came out. Let me refresh this page. It looks like, okay, well, maybe the report dropped early. It looks like the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index report came out with a green positive. Hold on. I gotta look at this index here. 1 second. Green. So it says that the report comes out at 8:30 a.m., but the numbers are already been released, so let's look at them. So the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index came out with a negative 8.9. So we'll see how that really affects. Oh yeah, 8:30 Eastern time has already passed. So that's why the numbers are there. I'm not awake yet. Welcome to today. Okay, so while my brain scrambles to catch up, let's look at the rest of the report numbers that came out this morning. So unemployment claims report came out, the building permits report came out, the housing start report came out. At 10:30 Eastern Standard, we're going to see the natural gas storage. At 11, crude oil inventories. 1:15, FMOC member Bernard speaks. And then at 6:35, FOMC member will FOM. Bear with me as production is catching up with me. So it's the FOMC member William speaks. Okay, now that I have butchered that all to death, let's take a look. We have less than 4 minutes before our automated trading system could potentially fire off. The first one, I am having some difficulties with this monitor. Bear with me, people. Here we go. Okay. The first trade we could potentially see will be on this NASDAQ chart. This is NASDAQ futures. This is live. We're waiting for the New York Open in less than 3 minutes. If the parameters are met, our automated trading system will trade on our simulated account without me having to do anything. Don't forget to read and understand all associated risks listed on our website at theopeningtrade.com and in the video description below of this video. While you're down there, like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Okay, so what am I forgetting to do? 1 second here. Oh, that's 1 second. What haven't we looked at? We haven't looked at our back test results for the last 90 days on our strategies. 1 second while I try to pull up those. I'll show the NASDAQ here. 1 second. Okay, you should be able to see this. This is the NASDAQ. You see the start and end date here. Max drawdown is here. And then gross loss and net profit. Now let me get this off our screen. Let me pause for a second for those who haven't seen it. I'm sorry. Okay. So if our first automated trade parameters are met, we shall see the computer do a trade in less than a minute when the New York Open happens. We got 5 seconds. So we'll see if it is going to.
Order submitted.
Okay, so it's automatically fired a trade. I'm not doing nothing except for watching. So the system has the parameters. You see the top line where it says 1 cell LTM. Once the line hits that, it will automatically close the trade in a win. Actually, we're going to go ahead and click close.
Order filled.
In a win for just because it looked like it was struggling to break above the VWAP. So our next 3 trades can simultaneously happen at the same time in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes from now. Normally I would have just let the trade go. It was struggling. And I'd just really like to see that $200 win today. So we have less than 4 minutes for our next 3 trades. So let's look at the performance back test for them first, and then we'll go over the news. So 1 second, I'll be bringing up the first chart. The first chart is going to be the ES, which is the S&P 500. You see here the start and end date, max drawdown, gross losses, gross profit, and the total net profit. Now let's take a look. It's the YM. So the YM, this is start and end, max drawdown, gross loss, gross profit, total net profit. If you're watching the chart in the background, you're probably like, you should have stayed in there. But it would have stopped at the parameter. So it wouldn't have followed the candle up if you're sitting there thinking, what is she doing? There is a method to this madness, I swear. Okay, so our last chart here, again, this is the back test results from the previous 90 days. 1 second, I'm clicking the wrong button. Help if we click the right one. Here we go, correct chart here. We have less than 2 minutes left till our automated trades could fire off. So here's the last 90-day back test for the Russell 2000 futures. This is the start and end date, your max drawdown, gross loss, gross profit, and total net profit as seen here. Okay, so the next 3 trades, if they are all met, we should hear 3 indicators from the computer. So here's our ES, this is our YM, and the RTY. And they all look to be gaining quite a bit of volume. Momentum to the upside is what we're seeing right now. 1 second. We got about 30 seconds left here. So we're going to watch the S&P 500 futures, see what it's going to do today. If it does not fire off, we will flip through till we see one firing off, if that is the case. So we're just in the precious waiting. So tomorrow.
Order submitted.
Okay. It has fired off a trade. Automatically, the parameters are being met. Our trade are these blue arrows. The first blue arrow is where we came in. The arrow right here is on the line. So it is automatically in its parameters. We're just watching it the YM, and the RTY. So everything is in a trade right now. 1 second. Right now you're watching live a trade in our simulated account. So here's the ES chart. Here's the YM. Let me get the mouse off the screen so you can see what's going on without wiggling. Again, there is the VWAP. And you see it is acting like resistance.
Order
Yeah.
filled.
Okay, so we probably lost the RTY. Let's take a look. Actually, we did. We're still in profit from our 200 earlier. Our YM is in a win right now. So let's watch our YM. So I am being advised.
Order
So
filled.
I hit close because it's in a VWAP. It's adjusted for our one loss, but we're still in a trade over here. This trade is currently not winning, but again, we are in the parameters. We're trying to let it go, let it run. This is an automated trade on the S&P 500. Once it hits that bar at the top, it will automatically close on its own. Pop up there, buddy. Unless we click close early, which if we do, we'll see all wins right now. I keep getting told in my ear, close, close. But I want to see more. I have a winning.
Target filled.
So I did not hit close, even though I was being advised by production to hit close. Because I wanted to show you what the bot would do all on its own. And I had a gut feeling to just let it go, and it was favorable. So again, everyone needs to understand all associated risks pertaining to your own situation. I'm sure production will have some thoughts, but I listened to them earlier, so, you know. Anyways, we saw 3 wins. 2 we closed early. 1 closed on its own in a loss. and one closed on its own in a win. Ultimately, for the day, we're up $402.50 before fees. So now let's take a look at the new the new words are the new balance, right, for this account, what we looked at first. Okay, so here we go. So this is the account you just saw the trades work on right now. So the opening trade. So we have the increased cash value. You see the gross here, the 402 is the 402 there, but they have to take out the fees. So this is the realized. Hold on one second. One second, I don't know how to. There we go. Not understanding. Bear with me. Alright, so this is what it looks like after those 4 trades. So this number here, the $402.50 is before commissions, and the realized is after commissions. Again, the commission rates depend on your broker, so you'll need to verify with your broker what your exact commission rate is. You cannot just go off of what this is, because everyone needs to assess their own accounts and assess their situation, and they're pertaining with all information necessary. So don't forget to read and understand all associated risks listed on our website at theopeningtrade.com and in the video description below this video. Okay, so now let's go back to the news. Tomorrow is going to be Friday, the 20th, and for news, it is, let's take a look here. At 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the FMOC member Harker speaks. At 10 a.m., existing home sales report comes out, and at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the FOMC member Waller speaks. Oh, okay. The button, my computer's not responding. 1 second. Okay, so all right. Then the next thing we'll be looking at as far as news reports will be on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The CB leading index month-over-month report is released, and that's the only report coming out on Monday. Tuesday's the actual day that you need to be aware of at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. The Flash Services PMI report comes out, and Flash Manufacturing PMI report comes out. Then 15 minutes later, you see the Richmond Manufacturing Index released. So those are things that are newsworthy. All right, so let's take a look at our charts. Again, if you forgot, Hey, where was the trade that I saw today? It is going to be the arrows. This was the arrows, blue and purple. That was one we lost, but it's okay because we saw a $402 win overall. Here is the YM. And you can see it is coming back down. And so is the ES. And I don't. Okay, so we had to refresh our information here. So here are the arrows I was just mentioning. So this first chart is the S&P 500. You can see this was a winning trade here. And we got lucky because it turned around and fell right away. I cannot remember if this was the one that closed on its own or if I closed. This was the one that I let it run and do its own thing. So then this is the NASDAQ futures. This was the first trade that we saw that I manually closed in a win because we were seeing VWAP resistance, you know, that funkiness. So then here is the YM, which is the Dow Jones. Now, if you're having a hard time seeing the arrows, they're right here in this below the really long green candle. As you see, it went up, it turned around, it fell, almost identical candle. So we're really glad we closed. Hold on, I lost the camera. I'll get it back. So sorry. I think it gets a little tired. Wants to take a nap. Always like right before we gotta go. So then again, here was our losing trade. It opened and closed all on its own. Yes, if I wasn't looking at the other trades, maybe I could have seen that it was in the red and manually closed it, but it doesn't matter because I was watching the more bigger movement. So in the end, it was a favorable day. And in the end, isn't that what matters? Let me refresh. We got see if there was anything worth splashing about here. I'm not really seeing anything except for that the S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow drop as the slowdown worries grow. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today. Thanks for coming back and watching the free automated trading systems fire off. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the free trials and trials for purchase on theopeningtrade.com. Good morning, Bull Shark, and have a great day. See you guys tomorrow.